Hi.
Quick win. Well, I don't know. I'm a little depressed at the moment
Tell me
because
why.
I've been meeting with a lot of impact investors who really, I don't believe, understand impact. And that's very hurtful. So we met with someone yesterday who's raising a fund to provide debt to not-for-profits. And I was gobsmacked, like absolutely gobsmacked. But the play is that if they can't repay, which they can't because they're not deploying capability with the debt, they'll take their assets. And I've literally just cried all night because I just can't believe it. And I'm sure people are well meaning. But this is why I'm with Chris and with Beck and Capital, because Chris designed the model that it's not just capital, it's capital and capability. And we don't do debt. And I have no judgment on debt, but it has to come with capability. Otherwise, you're setting up people to fail. So, I guess it's caused a deeper sense of reflection on how much we have to educate the sector and get to the investors that genuinely want to learn about what real impact is. And I think the work that we can do with Oz Harvest, but also, I urge you to look it up. There's a place called Cabbage Tree Island in the Northern Rivers, which is one of the flooded areas in New South Wales. And it's a 100% Indigenous community that is now completely displaced. And everyone's like a deer in headlights. Everyone's like a deer in headlights about, oh, yes, people are living in tents. People are relocated to hotels temporarily. People are living in their cars. Like, it's just unbelievable. I think, sorry, Ivan, I think cross-sector collaboration is key because there's a lot of people, well-meaning people doing things separately. And that's the problem. And the community's got to be at the centre. So the Cabbage Tree Island community has reached out to one of the businesses we've been working with called Mob Built. So that gives us an entree, and we'll be meeting with the Minister for Planning next week to just get some shit done and, get the Aboriginal providers on the ground to start rebuilding the community and let the people that are supposed to be doing that keep talking. Sorry, Ivan, I had to get through that.
I think it is there's a lot of stuff to be unpacked in that little précis, Anne-Marie. One of the points is that whether it's a not-for-profit or not, as an investor, whether it's a sustainable investor or another investor, they're investing for a return. Whether the return's in debt or whether it's in return for a return on investments, they are still investing for a return on money and a return on impact. It's not either one or the other, it's both. And I don't think you should really be upset when there's a source of funds that will say, I want a return on my money, I will lend you the money, but I want a return and I want my money back one day. That's just another way of funding, and that's okay.
That's not the issue. That's not the issue, because we actually return a bigger profit than most people through our fund.
Okay then.
So
that's okay then.
Profit's not the issue at all.
So what you upset about?
Setting people up to fail. If you create a debt fund that provides debt, like they did to Toys R Us. Toys R Us went under because they couldn't repay the debt, right? Unlike Toys R Us, well, I guess Toys R Us had assets in their buildings. Not-for-profits have assets that will be taken by these companies if they don't repay the loan. And if they can't have no capability to manage government money, and now they need debt to do the work that they're funded to do, then that's a real problem in my book. I don't have a problem with providing debt, but do it with capability.